Hey guys, welcome back to Travel Talks with VK Vlogs. Let me start by wishing you a very happy Holi to each one of you. May this festival bring a lot of color and brightness to your life. Today I have with me not only a friend but a friend from college who is not only a special friend but also a friend who has walked the ramp for me in my final year of my fashion show in my college days. He has done many TV serials. He's a model turned actor and he is Ojasvi.
Thank you so much, Vineet. It feels great to be on your show, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I can't believe that, you are actually following all those dreams which I wanted to, follow. Making all those YouTube channels. And all these years, man, I couldn't just do it. And you are doing it. And it feels great, bro.
No, thank you so much for all the praises. But honestly, you have faced the camera more than me. So I'm more nervous than you today doing this interview with you.
Yeah. No, it's nothing like that, bro. But you're doing wonders and all the very best to you.
Thank you.
And you're doing a very great job, man.
Thank you, man. So as you know about this show, this is a travel talk show. So I have invited you to share your interesting and unique travel stories from your work life and also from your personal life. So let's just go for it.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for it.
All right. So let me start by asking you my favorite question. So what is your favorite travel destination or your country or your city that you want to travel more in?
I would say it's America because I've spent more time there. I have lived with people over there, and for me, that is one country which I would would love to go again and again, especially New York.
Okay. And what is the special thing about New York in your life?
For me, New York, walking on the New York streets, because I belong to a fashion industry, you can say that. And I love seeing people, carrying, different, those glamorous clothes, walking with different bags, wearing all those, different, sunglasses. So walking on those streets, and seeing people with different clothes, accessories, and everything, that fascinates me a lot.
I think it fascinates and also inspires you a lot.
It inspires me a lot. It inspires me a lot. I get that vision, after seeing them. I can carry this. I can carry this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much time you must have spent in New York? Like how many times have you been there, and what is the longest amount of?
So I've been to America twice.
Okay.
And New York I've just been there once. एक ही बार गया हूँ मैं. But उसके बाद I think so I've been to in America I've been to different places like Philadelphia, Charlottesville, or Atlantic City, and New York of course. Yes.
Have you been to the Times Square?
I was there.
That's one of the dream.
I was there when it was New Year's Eve. So that ball event.
Wow. I mean,
great.
it's a lot of people's dream to go to Times Square on a New Year's Eve,
Man,
especially.
it's crazy. I see people over there to attend that event in the night, to see that ball. People go there and stand there at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening just to be there because there are a lot of people over there. And वो एक ट्रायंगल सा होता है और उसके अंदर से अगर बाहर आप निकल गए तो वापस घुसना बहुत मुश्किल है. So आप 4 बजे से लेके वो रात के 1 बजे तक you are standing over there,
Man.
and it's chilly.
Yeah, of course.
हम इंडियंस को तो वैसे ही इतनी ठंड लगती है. And it was very chilly. और हम वहाँ पे खड़े हैं, it was crazy, man. It's a very different experience.
I mean, it's very fascinating me to imagine this, honestly.
Yeah, I've always been, I've always seen it on TV only, on YouTube maybe. How people, go there and, attend that event. And और एक बार वो attend करने के बाद जो feeling थी.
Awesome. So, would you like to share any interesting story from New York with the viewers?
Yeah, don't laugh. I mean, I'm sure people are gonna laugh after hearing
It's okay.
this. So I went to New York. We went to see this Statue of Liberty. We were whole family was there. Me, my mom, dad, my cousins, my mama, mommy, and everyone. So, you know how Indians are when it comes to food.
Yeah.
हम पैसा बचाना चाहते हैं जहाँ भी जाते हैं. And so what my family did, all those elder people, what they did, they took a whole tray of eggs,
Okay.
boiled,
Boiled eggs.
boiled eggs, and ये स्टैचू ऑफ लिबर्टी है. यहाँ पर नीचे कैफे होता है और वहां पे वो बैठे हैं ट्रे में से अंडे निकाल के तोड़ के खा रहे हैं. एंड मैं मेरा भाई मेरे सिस्टर्स एंड हम कजन ब्रदर सिस्टर्स हम लोग देखा हूं ना और वी प्रिटेंडेड दैट वी आर नॉट विद देम. वो लिटरली अंडे तोड़ के छील के एंड ऑल द वाइट पीपल they were looking like this. ये लोग कर क्या रहे हैं? वहाँ पे कैफेज हैं. We can go there. We can have whatever we want to. But वहाँ वो जो अंडे तोड़ रहे हैं और वो छील के खा रहे हैं. So we took a U-turn and we just went. And that was. I mean, I don't know. That was very embarrassing.
I mean, those are the moments when you want to disown your family.
Yeah.
We don't know these people. We are from New York. They are from Delhi. Awesome.
Yeah,
that was a great story.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How do you usually plan your travel? Is there a travel blogger you follow, or do you travel based on personal recommendations or recommendations from friends, etc.?
So I never follow a travel blogger, but yeah, definitely after seeing your blog, I'm gonna follow you, man. I've never planned any particular you can say what do you call it a travel thing. I've never planned it. Most of the times it was like this. So I'll tell you. So I had the show. I had to judge this show, Mr. and Miss Some India, in Pune.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, in Lonavala.
Okay.
So I went to Pune from here, and then from Pune I took a cab and went to Lonavala to judge the show. So then after that I had to go to Bombay to pack my stuff because I was coming to Delhi to stay with my family because I was staying in Bombay from last 4-5 years, and eventually I planned, okay, I'll stay in Delhi now. I'll spend some time and I'll shoot from Delhi only.
Okay.
So my girlfriend and his brother, they planned to come to Bombay for 2-3 days. और वो 2-3 दिन करते 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 1 महीने का ट्रिप हो गया. So from Pune to Lonavala to Bombay to Lonavala, Lonavala to again Bombay to Goa, Goa to Bombay to Delhi.
My God.
And it was unplanned, man. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm into fitness, but all those 25 days we had alcohol every evening. And it was very unplanned. We didn't have much clothes also, obviously, because I just went for like 2-3 days.
Yeah, you went to judge a show.
And then they say, नहीं आज यहाँ गोवा जाएंगे, आज यहाँ जाएंगे, आज पुणे जाएंगे. So वो जो instant plan का जो मजा है, I guess, वो जो plan करके उसमें नहीं है. Of course, I mean, when you go to a foreign country, you have to plan certain things.
You have to make your itinerary.
You have to, yeah. So otherwise, if you're traveling to, India, it should be unplanned.
Yeah, I mean, all these unplanned things makes you a more good explorer in life.
Oh yes, definitely.
More than a traveler. Everyone calls themselves travelers. But when you go unplanned, like recently when I went on a 12-day road trip, I didn't know the first destination. I just went out, took my car, I was driving towards Maharashtra, and finally I stopped at Aurangabad, Ajanta cave in fact.
Oh yeah.
So it was just magical. Okay, so moving on. So since you just told that you are a crazy explorer, as you said, and you went on a 1-month trip and you didn't have clothes. So my next question is based upon that. What are your go-to travel clothes, basically?
Travel clothes, man. See, I've always seen people traveling in a very, very comfy clothes.
Yeah.
Very comfy clothes, when it comes to traveling. But for me, I don't know, somehow, I am always decked up.
Okay.
And I can't go anywhere. I mean, decked up हुए बिना मैं कहीं जा ही नहीं सकता.
Yeah, I've seen you from college. You were the only person.
I don't know. My parents says, my friends says, or everyone suggests, wear a pajama or wear a slippers or very comfy. But for me, it has to be like very decked up. Not for the people, but for me. For
yourself, yes.
Yeah, I don't put much stories then, but then also, I like to, have my proper boots or, proper denims, maybe.
I think it makes you feel more active than wearing comfortable clothes.
Yeah, you can say that. So,
I feel the same, honestly. I'm on your we are on the same page on
मैं
this.
सब्जी खरीदने भी जाऊंगा तो it
हाँ,
has to be technical.
पूरा मतलब बार सेट
बार
करके
full set.
I've lot of people complain to this about like कि तू हमेशा स्प्रे लगा के रखता है ना
हाँ.
I can't live without it, dude. I
You
don't
got
know
one
you
life,
understand
yeah.
this
You got
shit.
one life, bro.
So what's your favorite airport look?
So it depends. When I am going to judge a show or an event or something like that, so I'm always in my formals. Proper formal shoes, a
Yeah.
blazer with a t-shirt or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm traveling, it has to be like very this street look with the torn denims or boots and the sunglasses on and denim jacket, maybe
Full
a leather
travel
jacket.
mode on this.
Yeah. And my bag is always with
fanny
me.
pack.
It's always with me.
Easily. Superb. So have you ever built strong friendships while traveling? And if yes, what's the story?
I did. So when I was traveling to States, America for the very first time, I traveled to Qatar.
Okay.
Qatar.
Yes.
So this incident happened over there, and that was really bad. I was traveling alone. So it was my sister's wedding. We were going to America, and my whole family was traveling. So because of the work, I had to travel alone. I went later. So this a fellow who was sitting next to me, he was around, I guess, 55 or 60 years old, and he was traveling alone, and he was sick, and suddenly in the middle of the air, he had a stroke and he died over there.
Oh.
So that was like shocking. I again got the goosebumps. So nobody in the plane was helping that guy to live because he got a stroke. He fell down and he got stuck between the seats. And that guy was somewhere around 90 or 100 kgs maybe, and he was literally very heavy. And man, nobody was coming to help him. And so I, with all the flight attendants, I helped him, and we took his body and took it out. And so all those people literally appreciated me. And so my flight then after that became very, very easy because they gave me all the luxury. They treated me like that. And all those flight attendants, they took my Facebook, they took my Instagram.
So you made not one but many friends.
Many friends out of there, and they still talk to me sometimes. It feels good, man.
Awesome, man. That's a very interesting travel
Yeah,
story.
that's it.
It's more like you helped someone and you made a lot of friends because of that. So
Oh yes.
that's better.
Yeah,
actually.
that's better actually.
So where did you travel internationally for the first time?
Oh, America.
America.
Yeah.
And so what was the experience of losing your international travel virginity? What was that feeling like when you first entered America?
It was great, man. I mean, although from if you leave behind all that sad story which I had to come across in the flight, apart from that, it was great. The moment I landed, somehow I it didn't feel like that I have come to a very different place. People were just like me, like how I am in India, how I treat people, how I greet people, how I value them. I actually saw people over there like that, and it became very easy for me because जो वो जिस तरीके से लोग आपको बात करते हैं आपसे, how they greet you, you walking on the street, they smile at you, they ask you how are you randomly, so वो जब सारी चीजें मेरे को experience करने को मिला ना, I mean that was great. और losing that virginity, I landed and I straight went to the gym.
I don't think so. I would have thought anything else about you. You would have landed, you went to the gym.
Straight. After like 1 hour, I mean, I was in the gym.
Awesome, man. It's very nice that people who take this health seriously like you actually make it a point to follow it religiously. Not like ki biceps banaya and come.
Not for the Instagram pictures,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, one should follow it because we are facing a lot of health issues right
Yes.
now in India.
Yes.
And one should follow
And
it.
especially because this is a travel talk show, and while traveling, it is the most difficult to maintain your health
It is
and
very
gym
important
regime.
to actually take care of yourself because you get that environment change. You are not used to that climate where you are going. So it is very important that your immune system should be very strong because if you go to Leh and Ladakh, you have those,
Of course.
breathing problems and everything. So if your immunity is good, everything is good. So I personally, wherever I go, whether it's Goa, whether, out of India or anywhere, or whether I'm on the, just for the fun also, I go and, I never skip my age.
That's awesome. So we were talking about your first international travel. So is there any aspect of foreign culture that you would never be able to adapt?
No, I think so. There's nothing like that I would never adopt, because it's good. I mean, whatever I've seen over there, it really fascinates me also. I think so. It's awesome.
Okay. So last question on this segment is
Why it has to be a last question, man? It should go on.
it will go on because there is a nice rapid fire round
I'm
after this.
just kidding.
But I want to ask specifically, and I'm thinking of this question as we are sitting right now. Are there any travel stories while you were working for this serial called Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai? If I'm not wrong, that's the name.
Yeah, so my acting debut was this Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai. The first time I traveled in this local train in Bombay.
Yeah. Okay, that's also.
मैं पूरा सुबह रेडी होके शूट आया है, मेरा पहला शूट है, मैं रेडी होके full on. I was just standing at the station. I've never traveled in that before. मैं ऐसे खड़ा हुआ, लोग आए मेरे को ऐसे ही अंदर ले गए और ऐसे ही बाहर गए.
तो आप इस रिश्ते को क्या कहेंगे? ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है?
ये रिश्ता लोगों का कहलाता है. लोग हैं तो
this रिश्ता is very important in Mumbai because if you have to sustain there, you have to make friends with local train travelers.
Yeah, depends. I mean, where are you going? Because the train is not everywhere also.
Yeah.
So if you have to go to any particular, place and you want to save time, and that your local train is going over there, then yeah. And Andheri, Lokhandwala, and everywhere, it's normal cab like Uber, Ola. Or meri cycle.
Awesome. So that brings us to the end of this segment, and now we are gonna head to the rapid fire round where I expect you to be rapid and very fiery.
I'm always afraid of these rapid.
I mean, I have high expectations from you and high hopes from you since you belong to the entertainment industry, and this segment comes from the entertainment industry, so you have to be good. All right. So, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when they say the word travel?
Freedom.
What's your favorite place for a quick weekend getaway?
Favorite place?
Yeah.
Weekend getaway. A nice chilly, where you can chill, a cafe like Olive and Bar.
You must carry travel accessory.
Hairspray.
A song that reminds you of travel.
What is that song from Ranbir Kapoor's movie?
Ilahi.
Ilahi.
I must tell you guys that he plays the guitar really well and he sings also really well. Describe the way you travel in 3 words.
Oh. Coffee.
Okay.
My book. Yeah, it's always with me.
Okay.
And third, the way I travel. My clothes, man.
Would you rather see a lot of countries for a little bit or get to know one in depth?
One in depth.
Your dream travel destination?
My dream travel destination, Milan.
Milan? That's a good fashion choice.
After New York, what do you expect?
Yeah,
Milan.
And then London and then Shanghai.
Yeah, but then Milan, of course. Yeah. Milan Fashion Week.
Of course. Okay, so you have to rate in the order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to give me the rating according to your preference. Who would you rather travel with? Solo, partner, friends, family?
Okay. Partner, because it's always exciting with her.
Okay.
Solo. Then what did you say? Parents and?
Friends and family.
Okay. See, friends, of course, and then parents. Don't take me wrong that I'm I'm taking parents in the end, because the places I want to explore, and the places, the culture I want to see, it can be either with your partner or solo or with your friends. With family, it's always you're bound in that boundaries. You're understanding my point?
Actually, I'm understanding, but after
it's
the
not
story,
like that. It's not fun with them. It's fun with them, but it's a different fun with them.
After the interesting story that you told in the starting of the show, I'm not judging you for this point.
Sorry, mom, dad.
Alright, your preferred mode of transportation: airplane, train, bus, car.
Uh,
I know one cannot replace each other, but still, what's your
yeah,
preference?
I mean, my preference is definitely airplane. I mean, it takes that adrenaline rush
Yeah.
that excites
The
me.
whole process of this airport.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to airport, being classy, and then
Never heard a railway station look, but I've always heard an airport look.
no, I'll tell you about this train look also. So, I mean, airport look is something like अगर आपने बिजनेस क्लास नहीं भी खरीदा और आप वैसे तैयार होके जा रहे हो, मेरे साथ हमेशा ऐसा हुआ, वो बिजनेस क्लास की यहाँ से वो खोलेगा एंड आपको खड़ा कर देगा मेरे को वहाँ पे सो मैं ऐसा तैयार होके जाता हूँ.
Very good.
So it's I think so it's good. Then okay, so airport, then car, yeah,
Bus.
never bus.
So train and bus.
Never
So
bus. Never bus.
Never bus.
Had the worst experience traveling in bus when I was going to Goa from Bombay to Goa.
Yeah.
वो मूवी में अच्छा लगा था Bombay to Goa. उसके बाद तो I think so.
Even I don't like taking buses in India, but if you're in Europe, the buses are the best. Honestly. You see the whole countryside and with whole panoramic view is amazing.
Definitely.
But not in India.
Not in India.
Okay. So now you have to choose one out of the three options I give you. Make my trip, TripAdvisor, Booking.com.
I think so. For booking the hotels, I would rather go for Booking.com.
Just have to pick one. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
pick one.
Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest.
Instagram, Facebook,
Pinterest.
Pinterest because I am also into interior designing and you get a lot of good images and everything related to.
Yeah, I think for
interior
references, Pinterest is the best. So I agree.
Pinterest is the best for
Right.
references. Yeah.
Delhi
For living the life, I think so. Instagram these days.
for sustenance.
First,
Yes. Okay. The last one. Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore.
Bombay.
I mean, being in the industry, you have to say Bombay.
It's
right?
not about being in the industry. It's about I've explored myself in Bombay. All these years, 4 or 5 years, I've spent in Bombay, being alone and seeing that craft going up and down like this actually, and meeting people and seeing people how they are actually. I think so. It taught me a lot. So yes, Bombay.
I think that's one common thing that I hear from everyone, that living in Bombay teaches you a lot. I don't know how.
Actually teaches you a lot. People are very practical over there. So
There always has to be a reason.
Delhi is like Delhi is apni Delhi. People, I don't know why Delhi's name is really bad, but in other cities and states, but Delhi is good. दिल्ली में लोग आपके दोस्त हैं भी और आपकी मदद भी करते हैं और whatever.
But honestly, if I have to get to Mumbai, it would be one thing that would be in terms of safety. I think I've seen people, for myself also, I feel scared in Delhi roaming around late in the night, but in Mumbai, it's just amazing.
Yes.
It's just super chill.
Girls can
super
go
cool.
out anytime in the middle of the night. Boys are
super cool.
also safe. Nobody
Yeah,
is
yeah.
going to, they don't have to fight to fight with you actually.
So that's fast moving.
I've never seen fight over there in like 4-5 years. Maybe one, एक या दो देखे होंगे. थोड़ा बहुत जिसके पास थोड़ा टाइम
वो भी सॉरी भी बोल देते हैं उसके बाद यहाँ पे.
हाँ, वो भी उसके बाद सॉरी बोल देते हैं. यहाँ नहीं होता.
वो देखा ना अभिषेक उपमन्यु का स्टैंड अप कहता है सॉरी भाई साहब, मैंने भी कहा सॉरी भाई साहब.
So it's like that. So it's fun.
Okay, let's get over Mumbai and come to the last question of this entire episode. Why do you travel?
Why do I travel? To explore. To see, different culture. To be very honest, how people are actually, because I love to meet different, people from different culture, because I get to talk to them about their life. Obviously, because our life is a little different, and if you go to other, smaller cities or maybe, towns or states or whatever it is, or, a foreign country, you always get to know different culture, different clothing sense, different environment, different food. So yeah, that's why I love to travel.
So you travel to explore and experience different things. Awesome. with that, we come to this at the end of this great chat with my very dear old friend Ojasvi. Follow him on his social media accounts, Instagram. They're on Facebook. I think he's very soon gonna be on YouTube as well. So
Yeah, man. I've
I'm
been
waiting for
always,
you.
I've always planned to be on YouTube, but I think so. After seeing you, it motivates me a lot.
You can do.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have, please do not forget to like, subscribe. I fucking even can't say this properly because I'm not that person. But if you like this, yes, do it. And thank you
Hit
so
the,
much.
what do they call it?
The bell
Bell
icon
icon.
and all of that. So yeah, do all of that.
Yeah, so
and-
before ending it, I want to say about Vineet. Vineet is a very dear friend of mine. I know his parents since from the first year of my college,
2011.
2009 or 2010. That's
Yeah,
how I
kind
know
of.
you. Yeah. So his parents are the coolest parents I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the way they treat, it's great. They are actually the fan, you know.
The chillers, basically.
Yeah, they are the
They're
actually
more
a
chill
chiller.
than us, honestly.
Yeah, man. So he's very talented. He do a lot of travel shows. He keeps traveling. He have worked with a brand. He's a fashion designer. He does photography also, and whatnot.
Visual merchandiser by
Oh,
profession.
Yeah, so he's very talented.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for these kind words. Check
thank
आपको
you.
भिजवा दिया जाएगा. इस बात के लिए.
No, but it's great, man. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And this travel blogging should go
I hope so.
miles.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.